Hey y'all, this is James and Courtney with D Heart Reptile Design, and today is going to be a part 2 video on the buying any animal off of Morph Market, mainly ball pythons because, or crested geckos or whatever you choose to buy. So look for the video of me going and click on that one first and then pan over to this one. So, number one, reviews. Everybody goes off of reviews, right? And the first thing you do before you go and buy the microwave is you take a look at the microwave's reviews. Well, same thing with Morph Market. You're really checking out the breeder. You're making sure, number one, how many reviews does he have? If he has 3 reviews, it doesn't mean it's a bad breeder, it just means it's new. So kind of proceed with those expectations in mind. If he has 11 reviews and only has been on Morph Market for a month, like, wow, he's really been turning around some animals, 11 reviews in the first week of doing that. So another thing to keep in mind. Also, take a look on what type of animals he's getting his reviews on. If he's getting reviews on a $65 frog and selling you a $700 animal or a ball python, keep that in mind. These are all things to just keep in mind. Also, research the policies that they have. Like a lot of animals, like they come to you shipped in a box, certified reptile box, but there's also policies of the store that we're shipping you an animal, but we have policies like payment policies, return policies, guaranteed policies. We like to guarantee the health of our animals. We, of course, disclose any problems that we might be having or have had with that animal because we want to make sure that we're completely transparent with our customers. A lot of people don't do that, but we do. We want our animals to succeed. If our animal perishes within the first month of you owning it, a lot of times we'll work with you in making sure that you get your money back.
So guys, we have a very extensive store policy. It's long. I'm very wordy, so that's just something I like to try and every single thing that I think someone will want to know, I try to put it there. Not every breeder is going to do that. A lot of breeders are just going to be very specific about what they guarantee, and that's fine. As long as they guarantee sex, they guarantee the genetics within the animal, they guarantee that it arrives live. That's first and foremost, right? You don't want a DOA and not be able to get your purchase money back. So just look for those kinds of things. The other listings that are on the store, do you guys know even how to do that? Okay, so when let's say you find an animal that you like, okay, you click on that link, scroll down a little bit and it will tell you the breeder, the store. Click on that. So that's going to tell you all the specifics of that breeder. It will give you their reviews, their ratings, their policies, other things that they are selling. Check all of that out. Make sure that they have an inventory, that it's not just a couple of reptiles and not just, let's say, one frog and one colubrid and one ball python and one just like random animals, because what that is a red flag for is a flipper. Or
a pet store. And if you want a pet store animal or if you want a flipper, a guy that just buys his animals on Craigslist for, $15 and then sells them to you for $75 plus shipping. Hey, if that's what you want, just understand that's what you're going to get. You're going to get an animal.
That's fine. Just just know what you're getting into and what you're looking for. And
how are you going to be able to trust a guy that's, say, flipping animals and he says this thing is 100% het pied? How do you know? Oh, the guy I got it from said it's het pied. Good, I'm not going to buy it from you, because I don't want to raise up that animal from this size, get it full size, thriving animal, produce with it with a visual pied, and then not get any pieds. Matt with Olympus Reptiles did that, and he learned really quickly. So I learned from his mistake. I want you guys to learn from that mistake as well. You can't take somebody's word for it. You want to see parent pictures, sire pictures. If he bought it from Justin Gabelka and it's het pied, where's the paperwork? Justin Gabelka gives you all that paperwork. We're just trying to save you a lot of time, effort, and tears when you go to produce with that animal.
Right.
Also, make sure that if he is saying, hey, this is a red stripe, is there any other red stripe clutch mates that he's selling with that? Hey, if there is, great. But if he's selling one red stripe and he has no other clutch pictures and he doesn't have sire pictures or anything like that, and he's just saying, hey, this is a red stripe and it's a little balled up animal that you can't actually see any pictures, any visual signs of a red stripe, then you're like, hey, why don't you show me some more pictures before I buy that animal, even though it's cheap. Again, making sure that we're not spending our money and not getting anything in return. Again, check the store policy. Some people won't. We guarantee sex, health, and morph. We guarantee genetics. If I sell you an animal as a Mojave high blush and you produce that animal and there's no Mojaves in it, guess what? You can come back to me 3 years later and say, hey, James, here's my paperwork. Here's the serial number. Here's everything. And this isn't a proven, of course, this is a Mojave. Okay, but you could actually, come back on us and we give you your money back. So that's another thing that you get from a breeder.
Yeah, so check the store, check all the different policies, reviews, like we said. Ask for additional pictures. There isn't a breeder alive that if they genuinely produce that animal, that they won't send you additional pictures, especially if there's just one photo. Depending on what kind of tier the breeder is set up on Morph Market, they get a certain amount of pictures for the tier that they're on. So we are allowed up to three photos, I think, which is a pretty good amount. But you know what? We have customers who want to see additional pictures because let's say the animal didn't cooperate that day on picture day and they're all balled up. We totally understand that. So there's no problem in saying, okay, we will go and take pictures today, tomorrow, immediately and get you those photos. We text them, send them however, you're comfortable. And, there isn't any breeder that's going to be like, no, I can't do that. Red flag.
Right. Well, and also we take clutch pictures, and that's so great because you could actually see how the genetics are playing out in the offspring. I love Justin Gabelka, and he does that, and we post clutch pictures to our Instagram all the time, and you can see this is a Mojave, this is a bamboo, this is a Mojave bamboo, this is a bamboo pastel, and it just looks beautiful because you can actually see what's going into actually creating that animal that you're purchasing, and then again, you're getting more validation, more support for the fact that you're actually going to spend time and effort in this animal that you have, and you're not going to look foolish on Facebook when you say, hey, look, I have a albino, and it's like, no, that's just a normal, bro. They're like, no, it's not an albino. The breeder said, no, it's just a normal, and I've seen people do that. They just don't know anything about it. So, again, we're going to switch over to ask for dame and sire. That's, again, what goes into creating these animals. If you have the dame was this and the sire was this, and here's a clutch picture, and then you have, oh man, that's just so much better. Also,
screenshot the pic. If whatever you're interested in, screenshot that pic and send it to friends, send it to breeder friends, send it to us. We do that quite often with some of our other friends that are just starting out. Get validation from others that it is the morph that the breeder says it is, especially if that breeder is either appears new, doesn't have, a large inventory because maybe they are a small time breeder. Those are all okay. We're not saying don't purchase from those. We started off that way. Everybody starts off that way. Just, CYA.
Yeah, and really, whenever you going into this, where let's just say they have 3 snakes on Morph Market, they say they have 11 good reviews, and then they say, hey, if all sales are final, there is absolutely, you better be selling that thing for giveaway prices because there's not a whole lot of people that are going to buy from you if there's no recourse to actually what you're actually selling me. What if I get my snake and it has a mites from you? That's guaranteed health. If all sales are final, you're shipping me an animal. I can't hold it, touch it, feel it, or actually inspect it myself. Before I purchase it from you, you're going to say all sales are final. That's a big red flag. Please
and guys,
don't do
that. Even if it's cheap, let's say it's a $75 animal, you don't want to be out that $75. $75 is still your hard-earned money.
Right.
Okay? It's still time that you invested. It's still time that you got excited about that animal and you got it and was disappointed.
And then drove all the way down to the FedEx shipping facility and you're like, oh, I'm so excited. You open the box and you're like, oh, it's got mites. and it came from BHB. Well, guess what? BHB has a health and wellness guarantee, so you get your money back. You ship them back the animal, you get your money back. That's what we want to see out of. And what we're trying to do is we're just trying to create a better family of bulk python keepers, sellers, producers, and everything like that, because we don't want the riffraff getting into this. And I'm sorry, but that's the way we feel. We feel like these animals deserve the best, and people producing them, selling them should come up to the task. So
set your bar higher.
Yeah.
Just demand more. If they walk away from that, or if they get a little bit uneasy about sending you extra pictures, guaranteeing different things, then that's a huge, just turn around. There are so many breeders out there that will no problem give you the information that you request, that there's no reason to go with somebody who won't.
Yeah. And I think that whenever you're buying, also, we capitalized on this before, are they asking for friends and family? Now, again, I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying there's a red flag. Now, we actually bought an iguana this past week from Crutchfield.
Oh my gosh, guys, he's beautiful.
It's awesome. Okay, so now this guy is Tom Crutchfield. Everybody knows him, 60 years in the industry. If he asks for friends and family, I'm going to be like,
yeah, okay.
Yes, okay, here you go. That's all right. I mean,
that's how he does business. That's fine. But again, you're prepared for that risk, okay? And it's not so much of a risk because you know who he is and the person that he is. His business has been around for quite some time. Now, if that were a new breeder, that would be, again, a red flag. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to take that risk, because friends and family does not protect you. It doesn't protect even the person that you're purchasing it from, but it definitely does not protect you.
Yeah.
So ask for, their forms of payment. Do they accept credit card? Do they do a PayPal invoice? Will they give you an itemized invoice? Again, not everybody does that. That's okay. Just, weigh your pros and cons. Even JKR, we bought our pastel red stripe Batman, I hope I got that right, from him. And
possible yellow belly.
They sent us a PayPal Me link, and we put in the little price that we were going to pay, and there wasn't a whole lot of information. Now, normally that would have made me uneasy, but it's JKR, so I know they're going to send me what it is that they're saying they're going to send me, this beautiful specimen right here. But you know what I did just to make myself feel better? Within the itemized description on that PayPal link, I wrote in what I was purchasing, just so that they knew that I knew what I was going to get.
Yeah. Because, again, just CYA, everybody's doing their best, but mistakes happen, so we need to give grace where grace is due. But there are also people just trying to rip people off, okay? And we need to protect everyone else against that. Not only our family, your friend, it doesn't matter. The new guy getting in, and it's his first animal. I want everybody to have that same great experience.
Definitely. Yeah, we want you guys to, get into this and stay in this, not have a bad experience. So, these are our go-tos, our things that we look for when we are purchasing our own animals, when we are adding to our collection, like this one.
And we really want, and there's a lot of stuff coming down
I feel like we're all
on a statewide level in New York and Florida and all these other places. The ARC is fighting, and Morph Market is in the fight as well, to be able to, have retics and Burmese and all these other animals. And what we are worried about is the trickle-down effect, where if we don't constantly bring in good people, good keepers, good breeders, we're not going to be able to fight this onslaught, because they're these people in Florida and New York, and they don't know what they're doing. They think they're doing things good for the animal, but really they're just trying to kill the hobby, and it will have a trickle-down effect. So if you guys please can, go on to ARC, give a donation.
Use ARC, USARK.
Yes, give a donation, support, our keepers. I don't care if you keep retics, Burmese, ball pythons, it doesn't matter. We need to support each other in our reptile keeping, and again, breed a better community for these guys. So again, this is James,
Courtney,
and Alexis from D Heart Reptile Design. Thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and follow us, okay? Take care.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.